elevations are actually pretty good there.
Right there.
Yeah.
I like that that's tilted.
I do too.
Well, you've got some height in here, and it kind of,
And
but
then
still having this open space.
That's good. That's okay.
I like it. And then we debated this as, because I was interested in looking at an angle. I don't like it on an angle. Not when I look at it. It's too much.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's
Well, I like the idea of including the 2013.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is her. That's not an exact space, but it gives us that banner is going to come in front.
Sure.
I like the idea of maybe a touch of green in there.
But we really don't have that.
No. And I can't tell how the, that's too much. But so what I did in deciding what to focus on is I looked at all of the Minnesota State Fair posters, and I looked at vintage posters from all over the country, and I wanted to come up with an idea of something that we hadn't seen in our posters for some time. And so that's how I went into the theme of agriculture. And also for me, because as a teaching artist, I travel in greater Minnesota, and I feel connected to the land, and I wanted to bring that in. I wanted to bring the gifts from the land and the farmers and the farmland into the focus of my art piece. I decided to add a bridge over the Mississippi where I could have the tractors and the farmers and these goats to bring us into the fair, and then have the Ferris wheel here for the moment of that shape too, to bring us into the celebration of the actual fair. Anything that would be added to this will be added after all of these details are painted in. Then there's the possibility that I might add the river flowing into the background. We do have a tractor here, so that will be a detail, that will be in red, so that might be enough. And but that's something that will become clear. So what's interesting in this piece is that it's constructed like a collage. So there's several pieces coming together, and in that there were some original ideas. I had some people there in the background, I had a fiddler, and then I had a tractor up here. Now earlier on we decided that that would be too much to have people there, and we decided that the fiddler looked odd coming out of the bridge, like who was he? But the tractor was kept until the very end, until the painting was almost done. And I painted it in, and that was one Sunday, painting it in, taking it out, and it was absolutely awful. And it was the night of the Oscars, and I actually couldn't go to my Oscars party until I resolved it and finally said, it's gone. And then I added in the crow to bring the attention back to the female figure in the painting. So one of the most challenging parts ended up being this Ferris wheel, which is a total surprise to me. The sketch, it was sketched in there, and it seemed, yes, just going to be just painted in and you'd be done. No. I didn't realize how central an image it was. And of course, we want the focus to go to the female figure and then move into the painting. And then here I have this shape that's completely still in the middle of all this movement. So this little simple shape looks simple and graphic now. Probably is 3 days worth of work. Painting, painting over, down to the color of the gray, because I didn't want it to overpower anything, but still just flow in the image. The shape of the buckets and the details of that. Yeah, so I ended up creating a very graphic image here, and the movement is in the colors. To me, this is like a melody, like a rhythm, because there's so much flow in this picture that I can't have anything that's too static.